Turkey cards here. It has been a while since I've posted anything. I've just neglected to put in the time to post. I've had some pickups, but nothing, not a lot, nothing too much as far as quantity. But I wanted to give an update on a project that I'm working on. And this project I wasn't really planning on it because I'm not a vintage collector, although I feel like I'm turning that way a little bit, just a little bit. And I love the history of baseball, but I haven't been a vintage collector for a few reasons. For one thing, I have a big collection in football for AJ Green, Charles Woodson, and various things like Michigan football cards and such. So getting into vintage, I look at sometimes prices kind of kept me out of it. And also, as much as I love the history of baseball, when you haven't watched guys as much as I love learning about them and watching old highlights and reading about them, it's a little different. But I watch enough YouTube videos of guys collecting vintage old cards that a lot of us, they could have been retired before we were born and such. And it got me thinking, man, it would be nice to have some of these cards. Some of them are just extremely expensive for what my hobby, how do you want to say this? For what I want to put into it as far as money. Cards like Clemente. There was one of my favorite cards is the Clemente. What year is it? I think it's I don't remember what year it is that's my favorite Clemente. 55 or 60 or whatever, the one that's horizontal. You know, you got cards like Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron that I would love to have nice copies of. But as far as putting that kind of money into it, I don't know yet. But I started to think, and I started looking on eBay, and a player that I never got to see play, all I know him is from as being a broadcaster, but he was nicknamed Mr. Tiger, came to the major leagues. I think he was 19 years old. I don't think he ever played anything but in the majors. And Al Kaline is a huge deal. But I also feel like Al Kaline is somewhat under, I don't know what you want to say in the hobby. And hey, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that he is not with the prices of Clemente and Aaron and some of those guys. Hank Aaron, not Judge. I don't care about Aaron Judge. So I started looking on eBay and I was like, you know what? Al Kaline cards can be attained for the priority as far as money, as much as I'm really willing to spend. With the exception of the 54 rookie, which will be most likely the last one that I'll pick up in the collection, because it's going to be at least 450 for a graded SGC, which is what I'm collecting. It looks like bare minimum you're looking at like $450, and I would be lucky to get an SGC rookie of Kaline for that much. And I'm going to worry about that down the line. So he played 22 seasons. So my goal right now is pick up all 22 years worth, 22 seasons worth of Kaline Topps SGC. And I'm at 9 right now. 2 weeks ago, I got a little bit, I don't know about carried away. That's kind of, that's a little exaggeration. I came across, and I believe I bought 3 total 2 weeks ago. I know it was at least 2. And I went slightly above like what I would like to spend in my budget. I'm not a high dollar collector, I'll be honest with you. I'll extend myself a little bit though for this project. But still, like a $60 card to me, for my priority, there's a big difference between what you have to spend and what you want to spend and what you should spend, kind of thing. $60 is a is about as much right now as I'm trying to spend, because that's just the priority for myself. But a lot of K lines I'm getting for $40-50 even after shipping. So I want to start out, and I'm just going to kind of go through this. I'm going to start out. I have these in order from oldest to the newest, which would be, I say newest. Let me see. The 1973 is the most recent K line that I have. Okay. So this first one, see if I can do this. I have no way to prop up my phone right now. This is a 1955. I love that horizontal look. Beautiful card. I kept seeing these, and they were pretty expensive. I know, look, I'm not worried about the grade, okay? I want to get something that is in the range that I want to spend, is SGC holder, and looks decent enough, which is tough when you're buying on eBay. I mean, I'm looking at cards on my phone or laptop. You can't necessarily tell what they look like. But this is the 55. So this would be his second year card. I got this for actually pretty darn cheap. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was, I couldn't pass it up. And I saw you get higher grades in this, and they're pretty expensive. There's a 55, so I think that's a beautiful card. Next up, I've got, and it's another 2, which like I said, I don't care about the grade. I want the card in a, like I said, within what I'm willing to spend in an SGC holder. This is a 58 Topps. Funny thing about this card, on the bottom right here, there's like, I don't know, there's quite a little ding, but I don't care. I'm not looking to sell these. I have a goal in mind as far as a project of what I want to do with these once I get all of his Topps playing days cards. The back of these cards is pretty interesting. So Kaline, so the Tigers spent $35,000 in 1953 for Kaline. $35,000 in 1953. Talk about, all right, so straying off Kaline for a minute. This kid right here that played for the Lansing Lugnuts last year has moved up to Double A, I believe, in Midland, Texas. I think it's Midland, Texas. Anyways, this kid, Tyler Soderstrom, was a like a first round pick, I believe, for Oakland. Anyways, I think he got a signing bonus of like $1.3 million. And there's no way that you're going to have the type of career, type of impact that Kaline had. Just not this is that's a high bar. So $35,000 for Kaline in 1953. Pretty amazing. Here is a 1959 Kaline. And now here is the, I got to try to get it so we can see this on my phone. 1960. This is one of the, within the first 4 or 5 Kalines that I picked up. I've had this for a few months. It's a 1960. It's a SGC. It's a 4. Another horizontal card. Pretty cool looking card. Here is the 1961 Kaline. This design is pretty basic, just the little name. And nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's a little different than some of the other ones that I just saw. It's SGC 3. Again, I don't care about the grades. 65 Kaline. Really nice. I like the border on the bottom. You got the red. I like the kind of like a pennant look with the old school Tiger. SGC 5. And this is probably I think this is like the second or third Kaline I picked up. 1967. This, I can't tell where this might have been taken, but it almost looks like spring training. If it's not, that is a small stadium in the background. And it just gives me the impression that it's warm out, like kind of like a spring training picture. This card is what got me started on this, what do I want to say, project. This is a 1971. And I love the black border on these cards. It reminds me of 86 Topps, which I absolutely love. The design, the look of the 86 Topps. I was watching YouTube, and I don't remember what player it was. And somebody was showing a 71 Topps of a different player. I don't remember who, another Hall of Famer, a big-time Hall of Famer. And I said, man, I love the look of that card. I'm going to look at some of these on eBay. I saw this Kaline, and I was like, man, I'm going to buy this. This is the first vintage card that I've ever bought. And I've never bought anything from the 70s or anything older like that. I love the look, and this is kind of what started it. And so I started going down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, man, I want to acquire more Kalines. I want to get every Topps season that he played in an SGC holder. And so this card right here is what started things. And I only paid maybe 35 or so, 30, $35 plus. I think shipping has been running like $5 or so, 5, 6. I mean, basically compared to a lot of Hall of Famers, you're talking dirt cheap. And then now this is a more recent pickup. And this is a 1973. This is definitely spring training pick. There's palm trees in the background. This has got to be Lakeland back in the day, or somewhere in Florida back in the day. This is the 73. So it's the most recent of the of his playing days that I own. So I've got 9 of the 22 Kalines that I need for this project that I'm working on. And it was an unexpected project. I never really thought I would get into vintage, but I'm actually liking it more because I don't keep up with modern day baseball very much. I'm a late 80s to 90s kid when I watched baseball, and those are the players. Guys like, I have a big Barry Larkin collection. So those guys like Barry Larkin, here's a Sheffield, are in my wheelhouse as far as being a kid and watching as Vladdy. Look at Vladdy. Vladdy decided to come down. Maybe he thought, hey, you know what? You watched my dad as a kid and thought he was incredible. Or when you were a kid, you watched my dad. But yeah, so it was the 90s and the late 80s were my prime baseball watching, playing, collecting days. So I never thought I would get into vintage, but how can I pass up on a player like Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger? My card table is a mess. It really is. I need to organize. I've got just stuff everywhere. I just haven't taken the time to I got my binders over there. I haven't taken the time to organize stuff, and it's kind of a shame. I really should, because I enjoy it, but I've been working a lot, and it definitely takes priority over everything else. I might do another video soon on just kind of some of my recent pickups. But anyways, that right now is where I'm at on Al Kalines. I'm going to kind of slow down. I say slow down, I mean, I only have 9 right here, so it's not like but I might just pick up one every couple of weeks. Who knows? It kind of depends on what I come across as far as price. And there's definitely a FOMO, fear of missing out, when it comes to eBay with me, because I'm looking very specific. I want my Kalines in SGC, and I want them at the price that is within what I want to spend. And so if I see something, I'm afraid that it's not going to be there because I mean, you've got to come across, okay, somebody took the time and money and effort to get an Kaline card graded, and then depending on what price, an Kaline card graded in an SGC holder, and what price you want to spend. So if I see something, I don't want to miss out on it. So sometimes I'll pull the trigger. But I think it's a pretty good start. 9 so far out of the 22. Like I said, that 54 is going to be extremely expensive, but I'm going to not worry about that or think about that too much. Man, these things are falling down. These Topps 2022 tins. Remember, these are really nice. I never even opened them. I don't know why. I originally only wanted the Mookie Betts, and then I ended up getting the whole. This is back when retail was fun to get, before all the 2020 pandemic BS, where morons who weren't collectors, weren't actually in a hobby, bought everything up to try to sell. Sorry, I'm being negative, but anyways, I bought those tins and I really enjoyed them, and I haven't even opened them. I don't know why I haven't opened them. I love the fact that they're just still sealed. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. So the Kaline collection rolls on. Hopefully, within the next few months, if I pick up, say, 1 or 2 here and there, I'll be pretty close eventually. Maybe I'll look at it as a marathon and not a sprint. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. No, I don't have a lot of viewers, but that's all right. Until next time, and take care and have a good day.